And then we've got two people who have not won a Masters event. So we are guaranteed to have at least one person in the final. Well, not at least, at most and at least one person in the finals who has not won. And that's going to be Sidnev, of course. Very storied Tetris career. Seems to be a little bit cursed in CTM, but could be poised to take this thing. Sidnev playing again at the top of his game. And of course we have Noodle, which is a delicious and versatile carb-laden treat. So there you go, Noodle, Sidnev. That match will be coming up. Here it is, guys. We are ready to go. The players have reset their scoreboards. They have hovered 3. That means it is time to start our semi-final number 2 between Sidnev and Noodle. The winner will go to the finals to face Alex T. Monka S. That is scary either way. All right, let us get started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we got Noodle here with the slideshow Tetris. You love to see it. Yeah, not only do you get to watch competitive Tetris action at a very high level, you also get to watch a PowerPoint slideshow. Sidnev, Bang Tetris 74,000. And Noodle, who is tapping on a MacBook with the 52,000. And Tetris for Noodle, 79. Now, and kind of a misdrop there for Noodle. He's going to sling in that long bar, though. Find a way to do this fairly efficiently. And it looks like he'll find a relatively easy way out of this. Double long bar dependent, though, so that's going to cost a few more lines. 166 for Sidnev, 85 for Noodle. Still digging. And Sidnev set up here at 172, 40 lines, piling high, waiting for the long bar. And finally, long bar for Sidnev. And Sidnev with a 80,000 point lead here early on. Sidnev, though, finally going to have to burn a few lines in a row. That's okay. He's out of it cleanly, fairly efficiently. Bang Tetris, 229 through 62 for Sidnev. Relatively low midway to transition. S spin, keeping it clean, trying to minimize burns. And Tetris for Sidnev, 253. So still up by about 80,000 points over Noodle. Just around the same number of lines. Halfway to transition. Noodle's router literally made of ramen. And Noodle with the Vits. Was it a true Vits? I think the long bar came pretty close. I think it was a delayed Vits. Let's see if he will be punished for the delayed Vits. 244 Noodle, 300 for Sidnev. Again, piling high Sidnev. Going to avoid taking that triple. But he's going to burn 3 lines anyway. And Tetris for Sidnev, 326. And another Tetris, Sidnev, 350. And another one, 373. $395 here, 314 Noodle. Sidnev pretty flat with a Tetris. And Noodle with one. All right, fairly, low halfway to transition for Sidnev, but he's really picked it up. He's been super efficient since then, so he could, let's see, he's got 20 lines. That's about 5 Tetrises available, so that would be another 115,000 points available here. So it's an outside shot here at a, high 500s. Transition here. All right, Tetris Sidnev. He's got one more Tetris available before transition. And he is set up for it. Just needs the bar. And Tetris Sidnev, so 580 into 19. 580. Noodle with an O spire in the middle of his stack. Gonna open up the right side and transition into 19 at 483. So 100K difference in transition for Noodle and Sidnev. Sidnev has a little bit of burning here to do. That long bar looks really nice, and that's going to help him. Oh, that's a great Z piece there to get Tetris ready now. Noodle with some work, a couple of gaps. Gets that S-spin over to the right and just trying to knock this down. Sidnev at 674 here on level 21. 521 for Noodle. And we've got Sidnev ahead on our screen by about 10 lines now. That's a level. See, I'm teaching you Tetris. 10 lines is 1 level's worth of lines. So you're learning. It's not enough to be entertained and enthralled. You also want to learn something. All right, Noodle going to bring this down. Sidnev. And he is open for the Tetris. Bang, there it is. 726 here on 24. Noodle still on 22 on our screen. Man, still has that gap at the bottom, and he's probably going to have to start building on top of it. Now, he does have, 5 to 10 lines in hand. But Sidnev with a true lead, I would say. I think that is clear. Right now, 150,000 point lead with only 4 to 6 lines separating them. So that is certainly a lead for Sidnev. All right, Sidnev. He's setting up column 9. He's going to get it. There you go. Very nice. Good long bar for Sidnev to get that. And 864 Sidnev on 26. 691 for Noodle. And a bit of a grindy suffer game for Noodle. Setting up a combo burn. He's going to get the Tetris for 727. And if Sidnev can stay alive and continue to score just a few points, Noodle's going to need something. Even with the, the shrinking line difference here, Noodle's going to need something post here. Sidnev set up for the dirty, and he's going to triple into that dirty, and he's got one more line to burn. And doesn't matter because Noodle is going to top out. I kind of missed that. Doesn't matter. Sidnev is good. Noodle. Tough game here. And it's like, well, you know, this where 2016 and someone hit 775 and level 28. You'd say, oh my God, what a game. But nowadays, those kind of suffer games is not going to do it for you. But there you go. Sidnev, 928. Game 2 of the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event semifinal between Sidnev and Noodle. Sidnev up 1-0. 3-1 Tetris. And just for those of you who are watching some other format, if you don't see what happened between games here, we've had a little bit of issues or some issues with Noodle's stream. Computer seems to be made out of mashed potatoes. But it looks like we'll at least get some Tetris to happen now. We had a couple of false starts there. Sidnev, very gracious. Great sportsman. And Sidnev playing very aggressive, trying not to take the triples here, but getting droughted. It's going to be a nice J for Sidnev to bring the stack down. And just kind of fighting here to stay open. And he's finally open on the right side. And it just can't seem to be open when the long bar comes. And this is very tough for Sidnev now. You know, had an early opportunity to take a triple and was just being super efficient, you know, taking singles. And that's kind of a standard what players do now in aggressive tournament play here in 2022. But that time it did not pay off for Sidnev. It is a gamble, it is a risk, and so sometimes you got to take the downside of that risk. Every once in a while. So Sidnev will survive a bit of a scare. Noodle's board looking not great here. Kind of a deep canyon down the center. And a few gaps here. He's going to have to spend some lines burning here. And Sidnev, despite all that, has a lead. 135 to 131 for Noodle. Stoichel asks, what's the benefit of singles over triples? Well, for every line you burn that is not a Tetris, that just reduces your ability to score Tetrises, especially where if you consider the level 29 a kill screen that you're not going to play much beyond, then it kills your efficiency every line you burn. So it's better, everything being equal, to take a single instead of a triple. It gives you more available Tetrises as you get closer to the end. And normally, aggressive tournament Tetris, you're going to try to take singles in situations where you can take triples, but it is a gamble. And once in a while, it's like any gamble, you might lose the gamble. Sidnev almost did, but he ended up burning a lot of lines. Regardless of all that, in the lead now, still 251 to 192 for Noodle. And all right, there we go. Noodle's going to clear open the right side. Interesting delayed setup for him, but there you go. Tetris Noodle 227, Sidnev 320. So over 100,000 point lead and more for Sidnev. Sidnev now with a 134,000 point lead. Noodle still fighting a bit. Noodle taking a series of doubles. Tetris Sidnev 502 and a dirty for Noodle. The old dirty Noodle. Don't look that up in Urban Dictionary. And another dirty Tetris for Noodle. 527 Sidnev, 2 lines until transition. Gonna have to burn one of them and burn another one, but he will have an open well going into 19, up a little bit high, but gets a long bar open just at the right time. Tetris 555 Sidnev and 581 now on level 20. And Noodle's board looking not great. He's got a spire in columns 6 and 7. He's gonna actually set up for a center well going into transition. Can be risky. And he's going to get that center well Tetris. He has another one open here on 19. Sidnev trying to work around this spire. And now Noodle's board not so great. And Noodle is going to top out 429. Sidnev is good 639. Sidnev gonna get the heart. Oops, wrong heart. Well, I guess it still counts, but there you go. All right, Sidnev, you can top out, and for a good reason this time. It's because you have won the game. Emrit says, Vandy, why did you tell me to look up Dirty Noodle? I have no idea. It just sounds like something you shouldn't look up. I don't know if it actually means anything, but it sounds like it should. Noodle can't see now. Noodle, why can't you see? All right, I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to look up. All right, I'm looking it up. Oh, wow. Jeez. Wow. Okay. There you go. All right, we got readies here. It is game 3 between Sidnev and Noodle. And Noodle, very frustrating game 2, but still in it. We'll have to reverse sweep if he wants to get into the finals. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, lots of tucks here early on for Sidnev. And a Tetris and 1 pushdown point. Could be crucial. One of these days, one of our games will end by, will be decided by 1 pushdown point. Stanislaw with the tier 1 resub, 8 months. He says, 8 months, dudes. There you go. Thank you so much, Stanislaw, for keeping this channel alive, I think one of my dreams would be able to provide wonderful Tetris content for you all day long, every day. Wouldn't that be amazing if we just had Vandy 8 to 9 hours a day, 5 days a week? Oh my God, that would be incredible. Alas, I have to work a job. There's more Tetris and more Vandy than anyone would ever want. Kind of a misdrop there for Noodle. He's got a Tetris well open, so no problem. Yeah, nobody would want that. That would be fun, though. Maybe one of these years I get fired from my job or whatever. I'll just coast on my savings and... What do you think? I'll just coast on my savings and just do stream on Twitch every day? It'd be ridiculous. I'd have to buy a hot tub, though. Sidnev 187, Noodle in the lead. 231 through 44. That is a very good pace early on. Oh, Sam the Speed Runner says, would you quit your job if you could live off this channel reliably? Well, in theory, yes, but depends on what you mean by live off, right? Like if I had to eat ramen, then no. But you know, I've got a very advanced lifestyle here, Sam the Speed Runner. So, you know, I got all kinds of stuff that I wouldn't want to give up. 283 for Sidnev, 310 for Noodle. And Tetris for Sidnev, so neck and neck, and big paces halfway through transition. These folks could end up at 600k transitions each, depending on how the next 60 lines go. Noodle with some burning to do. G says, quit your job with the tier 1 sub. Thank you for the 2 months. Wow. 2 months. Me and G's. Best buds. Thank you so much, G's 007 BD. $420 for Sidnev. Hey now, 387 for Noodle. Building here a couple of rows off the bottom. And he's got a Tetris well now. He's taking the burns here. Going to have to put that Z flat as a delayed burn, sort of. And just waiting on the long bar, and the long bar is not coming. But there it is, finally, your long bar for Noodle, and a dirty Tetris 417. Sidnev at 466. So a good pace. Todd Todgers at tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Todd Todgers. Pogers for Todd Todgers. Sidnev up to 536 now through 107. This is pretty big. Oh, look at that adjustment from Sidnev. Huge, massive cranium encasing a huge brain. Oh, see Chris TM here got his, I don't know there, I'm assuming, I don't know what it is, but got their raise package today, so you have to say good things about it to encourage other people to buy it, regardless of how you actually feel about it. 604 here for Sidnev through 119 lines. Big pace, having to take a double. Oh man, what a compromise, but okay. Sidnev Tetris, 2 more available if he doesn't burn. Set up for 1. Nice flat stack, so should be able to stack for a little bit. Noodle's going to transition. He's at 564 and 19. There's 1 for Sidnev. He's going for that big 675 transition, but no, he's not. He's going to take the burn. Doesn't matter whether you get it before 18 or after. Who cares? Just keep a good stack. You can get that Tetris 1 line later, right? You don't need to put up a massive transition just for the sake of it. So there you go. Good from Sidnev. And he's going to have to take a triple down the right side. And a few more burns. And Noodle's going to top out 595. Totally missed it, everybody. Just happened just like that. Stack was not good. Sidnev is good in a sweep of Noodle. And Pumpy is like probably very excited because he does not want that and the finals on YouTube. So there you go. GG's Noodle. Sorry for the difficulty that you had, both with the technology and the Tetris. Always good to have you here. Maybe one of these days we can get you a new computer, and maybe you can put your prize money into the computer fund. So you're going to get a portion of this prize money, 10% of whatever it ends up being. So GG's to you, Noodle. Sidnev, you are good. We got the finals coming up. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.